For my presentation, I chose human experimentation that the Nazis conducted during the Holocaust at concentration camps and death camps. One day we were given eye drops, says Hedva and Leah Stern. They are a pair of twins that were conducted on during the Holocaust at the Auschwitz death camp. Afterwards, we could not see for several days. We were very frightened of the experiments. They took a lot of blood. We fainted several times. As you can see in this picture, this is one victim getting conducted on by several doctors in a humane way. This would happen every day at the camps. The experiments carried out during the Holocaust can be divided into three different categories. The first consists of experiments aimed at facilitating the survival of Axis military personnel. The second of experimentation aimed at developing and testing pharmaceuticals and treatment methods for injuries. And the third to advance the racial and ideological tenets of the Nazi worldview. The first experimental category consists of experiments aimed at facilitating the survival of Axis military personnel. This is a picture of the Nazi military. In Dachau, scientists would carry out so-called freezing experiments using prisoners to find effective treatment for hypothermia. The prisoner would usually be clothed in only a military uniform and then dunked into a cold vat of freezing water, which would simulate the sea water. After 30 minutes or so, the prisoner would die of hypothermia. In this experiment, they would try to make seawater potable. Roughly 90 gypsies were to drink only seawater while also depriving them of food. The gypsies became so dehydrated that they reportedly licked floors after they had been mopped just to get a drop of fresh water. This man was one of the gypsies conducted on in this potable seawater experiment. He was also deprived of food and later died. The second category of experiments aimed at developing and testing pharmaceutical and treatment methods for injuries. The operations consisted of breaking up, dissecting, and grafting bones, muscles, and nerves. This victim right here had a bone graft and replaced by someone else's to see if it would grow back together. At German concentration camp Sachsenhausen, Dachau, Natzerwell, Buchenwald, and Neuengamme, scientists tested immunization compounds and sera for prevention of treatment of contagious diseases, including malaria, typhus, tuberculosis, typhoid fever, yellow fever, and infectious hepatitis. This victim right here was perfectly infected with yellow fever to see if they could find a treatment for it. The third category of experiments were those that were supposed to advance the racial and ideological tenets of the Nazi worldview. These experiments were usually conducted on twins, considering that the Nazis wanted the best way to try and find the best way to make the Aryan race bigger. In some experiments, they would literally sew twins together in attempts to make conjoined twins. In this picture, this is Dr. Mengele with a pair of twins after an eye drop experiment to try and find if they could change the color of the ice to blue. See? In other experiments, they would try to have transfusions of blood from one twin to another. Out of the 5,000 pairs of twins that went into Joseph Mengele's lab, only 200 survived the war. Again, the experiments carried out during the Holocaust can be divided into three different categories. The first consists of experiments aimed at facilitating the survival of Axis military personnel. The second of experimentation aimed at developing and testing pharmaceuticals and treatment methods for injuries, and the third to advance the racial and ideological tenets of the Nazi worldview. This is a picture of Joseph Mengele in his younger years. Most prisoners remember him of being nice and trying to deceive them into his lab. Joseph Mengele is one of the main reasons that out of all the horrors during the Holocaust, the experiments conducted upon the innocent were by far one of the worst. Thank you for watching.